Hi everybody! Today I'm going to show you some of my favourite exercises with a Pilates ball. A Pilates ball can be used as a prop, as a focus, as a stabiliser, or as an instability device to challenge ourselves and challenge our balance in our exercises. Let's start with a really nice basic warm-up to get things going. So I'm going to start with my feet, knees and sit bones in alignment. I'm going to take a nice deep breath. I'm going to soften my arms and allow my shoulders to sink down my back. I'm going to take a breath in, but I'm not going to let my rib cage fall out or my pelvis fall out. I'm going to exhale. And again, I'm going to inhale up, and I'm going to exhale down. And again, inhale up, and exhale down. And just explore the range of motion through your arms here. And from here, we're going to take it down and start rolling. Chin towards chest, rib cage towards hips, folding through the center. And just allowing that ball to hit the floor. Let the head relax for a moment. Take a breath. Exhale, unwinding, rolling it up. Let's take it up again. Inhale. And exhale, rolling it down. And again, rolling up nice and steady, stacking the spine. And folding through the center. We're going to do one more here. I'm going to take that ball down. I'm going to leave it down there. I'm going to roll myself back up. And just roll my shoulders at the top. Now I'm going to use this to help me stretch through my calf muscles a little more. And what I'm going to do is pop my foot on the ball so my heel is down, and now I'm nice and stable. Take a breath. Exhale, chin towards chest, rib cage towards hips, reaching down towards that ball. If you're tight through the calves, you won't get down quite as far. Take a breath here, and exhale, rolling it up. Let's take the arms up, and down, and roll it down again. Take a breath. Exhale, roll up, roll those shoulders back and down, and let's change legs. From here, take a breath. Exhale. Rolling, folding, bend your knees if you need to. Take a breath. And exhale up. Reach the arms up. Exhale down. Reaching down, taking a breath, and then ease yourself up and roll those shoulders back and down. The second exercise I'm going to show you is a little bit of a balance exercise. So from here, we're going to work on a pendulum. To start the pendulum, I've got my leg back, but I don't want to arch through my spine. I want to keep it nice and long and strong. And when I hinge, I want to hinge through my hip joint, not arch through my back. From here, I'm going to use this same idea of extension that we did with the arms in the warm-up. Taking a breath, exhale, and inhale, and just tap that foot back. Exhale, and inhale back. And again, and back. One more. And back. Now, if you want a little bit of a challenge in this, at the knee in. 1, 2, 3, 4. And repeat on the opposite side. Taking the other leg back and starting with the hinge or the pendulum. So when you've done one side, start on the other with your pendulum position. Nice, long and strong through the center. Exhale, reach. 2, 3, 4. And the challenge, taking it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Coming up and roll those shoulders. Let's challenge the legs a little bit now with the ball, and we're going to challenge our inner thighs by placing the ball just above our knees. We want to take a stance that's as even as possible, so we've got a little bit of pressure on this ball here. I'm hinging from the hips and coming into a basic squat. And then I squeeze my bottom as I come up. Inhaling down, exhaling up, being aware of my posture and alignment as I do each one. Now I'm going to hold this one down. I'm going to raise my heels now for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then squeeze my bottom up. On the next step, I'm going to go down into the squat and I'm going to squeeze this ball a little harder. So let me face you now. From here, I'm going to take it down and squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4, and up. Now we can combine those two exercises just because. Why not? So we're going to take it down, come up on our toes, squeeze, open, down. Let's give it a go. Take it down into the squat, onto the toes, squeeze, heels down, and raise up. And again, 2, down, toes, squeeze, ease, heels down, bottoms up, and down, onto the toes, squeeze, ease, heels down, squeeze up. Last one, take it down, onto the toes, give that ball a squeeze, ease, heels down, and bottoms up. All down to the floor now, so you can get down however you need to, or use your roll down from earlier, folding through the center, and then coming out to a 4-point kneel position. We're going to use our ball simply as something to hold on to and a bit of a guide to start off with this one. Thread the needle, take a breath, exhale, push that ball underneath, allowing the body to rotate. Inhale and exhale. And inhale, reach, follow the gaze, or let the gaze follow the ball. And one more. Good. Now I'm going to go all the way under here. What I'm going to do is place my arm on the ball and turn my fingertips in. So I'm going to feel a little press here. A little roll around. A bit more of a stretch. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's do the other side. So from here, once again, opening up and exhale under. And open and under. And again. Lucky last. So then I'm going to place my ball down, my hand on top. Allow the fingertips to come in here. and just reach through so you can see from the back now. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. So our next exercise takes us to a seated position with the ball as a support. This is our seated C curve. So if you have any problems with your lower back, pelvic floor, this is a really gentle introduction to getting some core work in and deep connection work. So hands can just be at the side of our legs here. Now what I want to do is pull my belly in and push my spine into that ball and then let it come up into a neutral. Exhale, scoop through the front so you can push out through the bones at the back and up. And again. And up. One more. Beautiful. Now, if you prefer to keep on doing this for a little while, you certainly can. Otherwise, take it up a level by taking the ball up a level on your back. From here, we're going to do a bit of the opposite now. We're going to engage higher up into our abdominal wall, just allowing ourselves to rest off the ball and then back on. Still scooping into a C curve and release. There's just a bit more work up in the upper abs as well this time. And one more. Beautiful. From here we can add on. Taking it down just a little more. Now I'm going to allow my thoracic spine to open and then come into my curl. So from here, I allow my chest to open. I come back as far as is comfortable for me, and then I'm going to exhale into the C curve. And inhale, exhale. Just working systematically through a sequence of exercises to get you ready to do a little bit more work. Beautiful. I'm going to start adding in one leg now. Now I can just take those legs off the floor each time, so I'm coming in from here, doing a nice little modified exercise, or I can start up in a modified hundreds position here. Be aware of keeping your abdominal wall in and the pelvic floor gently lifted. Take a breath, extend the leg. Exhale, curl. Now we don't want to go into a big spinal arch, we just want to unlock our thoracic. Our lumbar stays neutral. One more. And change. Take the other leg up, allow it to float to tabletop. I'm extending my thoracic and extending the leg. Exhale. Scoop into that C. Stay neutral. And from here, bring the hands down. We're going to hold a nice little static one now. Just allow your upper body to take the weight off the ball and hold here for 8, 7, scoop, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now relax over the ball, let those knees fall out and have a nice little rest. It's time to do some side series. We're going to use the ball as a support underneath our rib cage here. My bottom leg is bent and my top leg is straight, and I have my hands behind my head. The ball is in a position where I can lift by contracting my obliques and bringing my rib cage closer to my hips. So I'm going to start off with 4 lifts here. 1, 2, 3, 4. From here, I'm going to lift my leg up now, and I want to get into my waistline with this, so I'm going to focus on the muscles here. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Adding part 3 of our sequence in, and it's just a little opening up through the back of the rib cage. And I'm going to close my elbow over, and I'm going to open and close and open, close and open. One more, close and open. Now we're going to put all of those exercises together. So from here, close, open, bring it up, bring it down. 2, 3, 4, and now we get to do it all on the other side. Let's take it around. Place the ball underneath your rib cage. Bottom leg bent, top leg straight, hands behind your head, and just make sure you're able to lift. For 1, 2, 3, and 4. Still working into the waistline, lifting the leg. For 1, 2, 3, and 4. Closing the elbow over, opening up through the mid-back. 2, 3, and 4. And adding those exercises together now. Close and open, lift and lower. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now to finish off this exercise, you can use this now as a really beautiful stretch. So we can take that leg out really nice and far and take the top arm out as far as you can as well. You should feel a nice opening through the intercostals and also through the obliques coming out of the hips. But what about plank, I hear you ask? Well, in Pilates, plank is called leg pull prone because we're in a prone position and we stretch and lengthen as if somebody is actually pulling our leg when we do the raised leg version. However, today we're going to use the ball as a challenge for our stability. So if you want to do short lever, pop the ball underneath your knees. Now you can do it under one knee if you wanted to, or under both. Depends on how your legs sit as well. We're going to come forward over the top from here, and we're going to create a really nice long line here. Now I'm in a beautiful long plank position. I'm connected, and my glutes are going to be a bit more connected with this one too. And what I'm going to do is gently rock myself forward and back in this position. Now if you feel that you need to bend your knees with this one, you can. Just make sure you're not arching your back. It's a small movement, and we're focusing on the core and keeping the shoulders in their sockets. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, if you want to make it a bit more challenging, all you need to do is pop it down near the ankles. So I'm going to pop my feet on top of the ball now. I'm going to come up to my leg ball prone position from my knees. Then I'm going to straighten my knees. This is a lot more challenging, longer lever. We can do the same thing if this isn't quite challenging enough. Rocking back and forth. Breathing, focusing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop those knees gently down. You're already in a position where you can have a nice release through the front and the hip flexors now. Pop the ball to the side, and your leg on top. We're going to come into our quad stretch. Now in this stretch, you can hold static if that feels good. But since we've got the ball, it allows us to get into the muscles at slightly different angles. And you can do that by rocking the leg in and out or rolling. Rock and roll quad stretches. And we're going to count down here for 8, 7, keep breathing, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release, take it to the other side. Bring the knee up if you can. Once again, just establishing where you feel the best stretch in your body as well. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Okay. The last thing that we're going to do is give ourselves a bit of a rest. Pop the ball down. We can pop our head onto it, but we're not going to pop the ball. From here, we're going to allow our thighs to fall out in a diamond. We want the lower back to be released, and we want our hip flexors to be released. We don't want to hold any tension. Now you can adjust the ball however you want underneath your head. What this does, it gives you a little bit of respite on your cervical spine. So it allows you to take some weight off the neck and move more freely through the joint. So you can have a little roll side to side if you like, as if saying, no, no, don't make me relax. Or you could be nodding up and down, saying, yes, yes, I'll have what she's having. Some nice relaxation on the Pilates ball. So explore the range of motion through your neck here, and I'm going to count you down slowly for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. When you're ready to come up, sorry, I had to add sound effects for that because that's what it feels like. Let's pop it, hands underneath the lower back, or if you feel better lying onto your side, you may do so. Curling up to a seated position and